Hey everyone, TimaeuSS here, and welcome to another AFK Journey video. So in this video, we'll talk about the team building aspect of AFK Journey, because if you saw my tier list video from yesterday, you know that of course there are lots of powerful units, and you can't just slap all 5 of them on the field and just call it a day. Well, if you're a mega whale, sure you can, but for most players, free-to-plays and small dolphins, you actually do need to worry about the synergy between the units, and the best way to maximize this is to understand the team building process, and this way you can push as far as you can to enable your resource gains to the maximum efficiency. Now, first things first, if you only take away one thing from this video, it's going to be the faction bonus. Faction bonus is key because you want to have units in the same faction, at least 3 of them minimum, right, to have a core boost of 10%. That's right, if you have multiple units from the same faction in the same team, you're gonna get bonuses on attack as well as HP based on the amount of units from the same faction. Now you can see I'm running a 3+2. I have 3 of the Graveborn here and 2 Maulers, right? So we've got Cecia, Viperian, and Thoran as the Graveborn team, the tank, AoE, as well as damage dealer. And then we have 2 from the Maulers, Smokey, the healer, and support, and Oldie, another fantastic DPS unit. Now you can see I'm gaining 3+2, which is 14% bonus. If you just have 3, for example, we just have the 3 Graveborn and then 2 other random units, we'll get 10%, and you have all 5 together, then you get 22%. Now, personally, I actually don't recommend all 5. A mono team comp is very difficult in the sense that you'll be resource gated, because as you upgrade the units and you unlock later skills and the rarity of the units, not only do you need unit copies, you also need faction specific upgrade materials. And you can see here, if we've got 3 units from the same faction, they're going to compete for each other's upgrade resources. So make sure you note that, and yeah, 3 I think is a sweet number. And there's also another faction, or technically 2, Celestials or Hypogeans, or whatever they're called. Basically, these are the light and darkness units, and currently the only one that is really good in the early parts of the game that's worth for people to run even at just 1 base copy is going to be Rainier. Rainier will be able to debuff the enemy as well as switch. You can see here there's the switch thing, right? You'll be able to switch the enemy target with your ally and allow you to go ahead and attack their back line. So it's definitely one way to build a team, by using the light and darkness unit to trigger that extra bonus. Because if you see here, and they're not going to compete for extra resources, but if you see here, I've got 3 Graveborns, but I'm triggering a 4 unit bonus because of Rainier. So 3 Graveborns plus Rainier equals 4, because it says here they can be considered as heroes from any faction. I don't recommend currently for you to, run more than just 1, because later on you can use other units, you can get the full core faction, but for now just use Rainier and then 3 of the same core, and then your last slot is kind of free because you're not going to get the extra 1 from the last one faction bonus, right? You're not going to get 3+2 from this, and this 4 bonus is already stronger than the 3+2. But Rainier is definitely fantastic. Regardless, you want to get the faction bonus to maximize your stats, and once you have built it this way, then you can take a look at what factions are going to be your cores. So once you understand that, most people go for Graveborn just due to the fact that Cecia is free, right? And Thoran is one of the best, if not the best, early to mid game tanks that transitions really well into the late game as well. So with that said, most people, you can pick Thoran up from the battle pass or the selector. Most people will run these 3 tricores. You can use, there's another one, an assassin. Now where is she? Who's also a Graveborn. Here we go. Yeah, you can use Sylvina as well, as part of the Graveborn Tricore, and I've even seen Quad-Core Graveborn plus Vela, so you can go really pick off the backlines with the 2 assassins. But yeah, Graveborn is going to be what most people will run in the beginning. You have a tank, your damage dealer, and then another damage dealer, and then you pick your support, like I've said, either Smokey or Huan or Rowan. So you've got your 3 supports to choose from. One out of the 3. Again, if you want to run faction specific, you can, you know, choose based on that. Because this is going to be Mauler, and then Light-Bearer, and then Wilders. So if you want to have one of the supports to align with your faction, that also works as well. But you definitely need 3 cores plus a support. And then last is really just flex. And like I've said, the best flex position is going to be Rainier. And a lot of people also use Brutus as well as in the flex position. So the reason being this is basically for the flex position, you either have someone that is utility or someone who is going to be a sub tank. And in this slot, we do have a Brutus, and also we have a free unit in the form of Lucius. Lucius, as long as you play the game, you get multiple copies, and definitely an easy unit to upgrade, as well as having Lucius being a light bearer means you can run Vela as a team composition to assassinate the back. But sub-tank is definitely good because, again, majority of players will be running Thoran as the Graveborn core, so your team is going to look like this. And having Brutus as your sub-tank means that he'll able to taunt the enemy, taking pressure off of Thoran, and then before Brutus dies, you'll have a sliver of HP and able to hold on for a few more seconds, and then the rest of the team can either DPS or heal or get back to being the main tank. So that is one of the choices why Brutus is picked in this slot. Similar reason why Lucius is as well, just basically as a sub tank. But otherwise, the whales can go for Rainier. It's really strong utility in that flex spot. So this is the Graveborn Tricore we're talking about, right? But there are also other Tricores available. So besides Graveborn, we've talked about the Mauler one. So Brutus becomes the main tank in this build, and then you have your Smokey and Ulti as your Tricore. So these are the 3 Tricores for Maulers. And moving on for Wilders, the main tank is going to be Granny, who doesn't come online until a bit later. This is Arden. Where's Granny? Here. Yeah, we've got Granny followed by Bryon and Hewan. So here we go. And then where is Parisa is also viable as well, but not a lot of people will pick the Wilder comp. There is an end game composition where you can run by using Iron. That's more of Mega Whales that makes the unit past Mythic Plus. But, you know, people can start early and building the team as well. And last but not least, the Light-Bearers. Because of Light-Bearers being, you know, having access to Vela, which is a quote-unquote whale's toy, you can use Lucius, the free unit, and then run other choices such as Corin, who is going to be, where is Corin here? Corin is actually a low rarity unit. Let me find Corin here, and then we've got the healer as well in this team composition, which is Rowan. So lots of flexibilities in your team building composition depending on your core and how you want to use faction. A Light-Bearer is in a tough spot at the moment because most people are Graveborn, right? So if you use the Light-Bearer composition into Graveborn, you can see here that you are going to suffer a 15% damage reduction to when the target is weak to your faction. So Light-Bearers into Gravebearers minus 15%, and Graveborn into Light-Bearers plus 15% damage. So that's why it's not recommended at the moment. But later on, we'll have faction bonuses. We'll need every one of them for towers and all the other different content. So don't worry too much about it. In the beginning, just push with what you have. Grab the faction bonuses, run the supports to round out your team, and yeah, hopefully this is a quick and easy run through of the team building guide for AFK Journey. And let me know your thoughts. We'll have more guides coming up for AFK Journey, and I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye now.